Alright, so this is gonna be an embarrassing video, right? I just wanted to give y'all my first impressions of Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time, right? And I just gotta say, this game is so brutal, but hilarious at the same time, and it was kind of addicting. What's up, everybody? Supreme King here, back again with another video. And a lot of you already know the new PlayStation Plus games have just been released for July. One of them being one of the games that was high on my list of games to buy, but I just didn't get around to do it. And that's Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. And I gotta tell you, it is like one of the most brutal rage quit games, man. And it's not even a bad game. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. And I stuck with it for a long time. But there was just some crazy embarrassing footage of me playing this game. And I got some of the footage that I'll throw here. And I want you guys just to look at it for a second while I just explain my impressions so far. So I'm only about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours into the game really. But right away in the beginning, like, I'm playing like some of the beginning levels of this, and I grew up playing Crash like all of you did, right? I grew up playing the original 3 as well as Crash Team Racing, right? And those games were like some of my favorite all-time games on PlayStation, right? And those games got remastered and brought to the more current gen systems and everything. And I heard from Crash particularly, because I think Spyro as well, but Crash in particularly, this particular guy, like, their game all of a sudden gets like 10 times harder. And it was just like, I didn't understand why. I heard about it. I remember people saying it's the new Dark Souls. But I got to play Crash 4. Now, when they did the remasters of Crash 1, 2, and 3, I played it briefly through, I believe, the PlayStation Plus collection because it was there if you just bought the PS5. And I did touch it for a second, but I realized it was like way harder. And I remember like going back to the old version and playing that one. I'm like, man, you play it, it's a breeze. And then all of a sudden it's just like way harder. And it's like, I think they said it would have something to do with the frame rate and everything. And I'm just like, yo, like, you just falling through the boards. I'm like falling. And, you know, lo and behold, I get to Crash 4. Now, with the original remaster of the trilogy, I didn't necessarily care too much for it simply because I had played the original so much for so many years. Like, I never wanted to get rid of it. That when they made the new one, it was just like, okay, it's going to look better, but it's the same game that I've been playing, and I didn't necessarily want to get it. And I did see, you know, a lot of people had some issues with it. It's very hard for you to just get through that game. And man, I gotta say, like, with the footage of this one, I know some of y'all like, man, this guy sucks. Like, it was just hard. I don't know what was happening. It was just, I couldn't get it. It was like the very first hour of playing a new Crash that I never played before on the new systems. Like, I did not play this one. I've only played the older ones, you know, and it was just like the difficulty just ramped up, and it wasn't so like, it wasn't like you were just losing to an enemy. It was just, you couldn't really jump. Like, you couldn't jump correctly, or my precision was off. I just didn't understand it maybe, or I was so caught up in the moment of just going, and it was just like, it's hilarious content to watch. I think I'm gonna set it up later to keep going through the game, progress through the game with the camera on and stuff, and put that footage out there. Because I don't got no shame. I think it was funny. I'm not going to sit there and say the game is terrible because I was having a hard time with it. I want to keep playing. I think it was fun. You know, I sat there and went nowhere fast for a long time trying to play this game. And it was just like, every time I would jump, I would just fall. You know, and the problem was I probably could have just kept going, but I just wanted to smash every crate. Because, you know, in this type of game, they always tell you, like, in the end, or if you go to, like, one of those screens, like, this is how many crates you got so far. And you missed some of them. If you see them that you know you missed it, it just drives you nuts because now you know you got to go back and get it again. It's like, that's how they hook you in this game. And I was always used to that, and I remember it from so many years. But it was just like with this one, it was just like the crates are right there, and they introduced that new element where you're jumping back and forth between realities in a way. So sometimes the crate is like a like Ghost, and the other time it's not. It was so grueling, and I just couldn't stop. I had to just keep going. I wasn't really raging and mad and wanted to like curse or anything. It was just one of those things where it was just like it was somewhat frustrating and everything, but I wasn't breaking controllers or nothing. It just made me want to keep playing. It's just I was still having fun with it, as weird as it was. It was torture, but I was still having fun with it. And yeah, I want to keep the footage up this whole vid. I think I'm almost done anyway, but um, there's a podcast that's coming out, Rocket Launcher Podcast, on Sundays, and we usually feature gameplay footage. So you're gonna see on that podcast a full hour of me struggling in like the same spot, because I'm gonna put it there, and it's gonna be hilarious. And matter of fact, I think that footage is gonna come out before this comes. It's funny. It's just like just watch it, just see how crazy it was. I'm pretty sure you guys already know this is kind of how Crash is in the next gen or new gen. It's a crazy game. Not too many people are into platformers anymore. I am. I like the easy ones and the hard ones. I love platformers. So yes, a lot of them look kiddie, but this one is like a happy medium. It's like right there. It's not really too cartoonish looking. It's like it's nice and polished looking, and you just play the game and you fall everywhere. It's crazy. And I kept going. I used the modern controls. There's no way I was going to get through it if I had to keep restarting from the very, very beginning. It's like, then I probably would have raged a little bit. But yeah, it's my first impressions. I'm only about an hour and a half, 2 hours in. Definitely enjoying the game. If you got PS Plus, definitely claim this one. It's a must-have. Go through it. Don't get too frustrated. Don't break a controller. Eventually, you'll get it. In this footage, I did get it like towards the very end, but I don't have enough time to show that footage because, like I said, it was about an hour that I captured out of like a 2 hour actual gameplay, 2.5 hour gameplay. So yeah, Crash Bandicoot, man, I still love it. I hope they make another one. I do want to see them make another Spyro first, and then I want to see another Crash game as well. It's still good fun at the end of the day. I just thought it was hilarious. I want to put it here. First impressions is about 2 hours in. Definitely play this game. And I'll catch you on the next video, man. Rocket Launcher Podcast on Sundays. Check us out. All right, peace.